In a quiet, peaceful town, a muscular, black man was busy carrying boxes into a small house. His name was Carter, 35 years old, newly moved to the area. His arrival didn't go unnoticed in the predominantly white town, especially by Clara Plump, white woman with short blonde hair, 38 years old, known for her quick temper and open disdain for black people. Claire was furious to find out her new neighbor was Carter, as Carter worked hard to settle in CLA, stormed into his yard yelling, "You filthy black man, who gave you the right to live here? Just wait until the cops drag you out." Carter paused calmly, responding, "What have I done for the police to arrest me?" CLA snapped back, "You're making noise with all your moving around, disturbing the peace in this town. Police have every right to lock you up." Right on cue, a white police officer arrived, asking what's going on here. CLA wasted no time pointing a finger at Carter. "This black man is causing trouble. Arrest him already." Her accusations were absurd, and Carter stood there, fist clenched in frustration, unsure how to respond before things could escalate further. The town's mayor, Derek, arrived to defuse the situation. Derek, a white man in his late 50s, approached with a calm demeanor. "Let's all settle down," he said gently to CLA. "This town belongs to everyone. You shouldn't judge someone based on their skin color or background." CLA's face twisted in anger, ready to argue, but Derek dismissed her and turned to Carter with a warm smile. "Don't worry about it. Claire's just a bit hot-headed. You're welcome here. Make yourself at home." Carter nodded silently, but his gaze lingered on the mayor and the town's folk, as if searching for something deeper in their intentions. In this town, Carter was seen as nothing more than an outsider, a black man who didn't belong. What no one knew was that he was a CIA agent here to investigate a string of mysterious disappearances involving black residents who once lived in the area. He had planned to keep a low profile, blending in to carry out his mission quietly. However, his neighbor CLA made that impossible. Claire's harassment was relentless. Every day she threw rotten eggs and cow dung into Carter's yard and smeared them on his door. Despite his attempts to reason with her, CLA refused to listen, escalating her hostility. One morning, Carter found his walls defaced with red spray paint, spelling out "Get out." By this point, Carter decided to endure her behavior without retaliation. Reporting her to the police might attract unwanted attention and jeopardize his investigation. Still, her hatred only deepened his suspicion. Could Claire be connected to the disappearances? He had no evidence yet, so he kept his focus on uncovering the truth. Days passed, and Derek, the town's mayor, unexpectedly invited Carter to a welcome party. "It's a chance for everyone to get to know each other better," Derek said warmly. "You'll see they'll come around and appreciate having you here." Carter agreed. He couldn't pass up an opportunity to observe the town's folk up close. That evening, Carter arrived at the gang. The food was peculiar, mostly vegetables with very little meat. As Carter reached for the vegetables, Derek, seated next to him, commented, "The soil here is fertile for crops, but we can't raise livestock. Meat's always in short supply, but don't worry, new stock's coming soon." Derek then addressed the crowd, smiling, "Let's give Carter a warm welcome. Eat up and enjoy yourselves." The town's folk eagerly devoured the meat, ravenous, as if they hadn't tasted it in months. Carter noticed their strange behavior and opted not to eat the meat, instead sipping his wine while observing the group. Claire was conspicuously absent. No surprise there, but something about the party felt on off. As Carter sipped his drink, his vision began to blur. A wave of dizziness hit him, and before he could make sense of it, everything went dark. When Carter came to, he found himself tied up in a cramped room. A harsh light glared overhead, revealing a space that resembled a bare makeshift operating room. In front of him, Derek stood, smirking with sinister intent. Carter's instinct screamed danger. He thrashed against the bindings shouting for help. Go ahead, Derek drawled, his voice calm. And mocking scream, all you want no ones. Coming Carter's eyes locked onto the gleaming knife in Derek's hand. His voice wavered. What are you planning to do? Derek chuckled, a twisted sound that filled the room. It's simple, he said. We've been starving for meat this town. Can't raise livestock, and buying it's too expensive, but we found a way. Our people always have meat now. His grin widened. Congratulations, Carter. You're about to make a great contribution to the town. The words hit Carter like a slap. His breathing quickened as the pieces clicked into place. The missing black people, it was you, all of them. Derek's smile turned feral. That's right, they all became meat just like you. Well then, Derek's expression shifted. He narrowed his eyes. But wait, how do you know about them? Who are you? A voice interrupted from the corner. One of Derek's men shouted, panicked Mayor. He's got a CIA badge in his wallet. Carter seized the moment. That's right, I'm CIA sent to investigate the disappearances. Your operation is over. Everyone will know the truth. The henchman's fear deepened. He's a CIA agent. What do we do now? But Derek didn't flinch. His smirk stayed firmly in place. We stick to the plan. Kill him quickly. No one will ever find him. We've made plenty of people vanish before. There's no evidence to trace back to us. Reluctantly, the man nodded, starting to gather tools. Derek's excitement only grew. Hurry up, look at him, so much muscle. We'll eat like kings, and this will last us all winter. The men moved closer. Carter's hands twitched behind his back, desperately searching for the emergency trigger hidden at his waist. His only hope now was to call for backup before it was too late. As Derek's knife neared Carter's neck, the sudden blare of a fire alarm filled the room. Smoke thickened, choking the air. A shrill female voice screamed, fire, run for your lives. Carter recognized it immediately. Claire. Moments later, CLA burst into the room, urgency in her tone. Mayor, we need to get out. The fire's spreading fast. Derek hesitated, glancing at Carter. Leaving this one behind would be such a waste. CLA snapped, her voice sharp. Our lives are more important than his. Worthless one. If it's not him, someone else will come. Let him burn. Hear her words seemed to convince him. The growing heat and smoke sealed the decision. Derek and his men fled the room in haste, but instead of following, CLA turned back and hurried to untie Carter. What are you doing? Carter asked, stunned. What did we ever do to make you hate us this much? Claire fumbled with the ropes, her expression hard. Shut up and move, just run. Are you saving me? Carter's suspicion lingered. Yes, I'm saving you. Claire snapped. Now stop talking. I don't hate black people. Okay, I was trying to get you out of this town before they got to you. I can't stand by and watch this anymore. This fire. She paused, yanking at the last knot. I started to distract them. Carter stared at her, stunned by the revelation. Thank you, he said, his voice thick with emotion. Don't worry about me. I'm CIA. I'll take care of those monsters. With that, he pressed a hidden button on his belt. Minutes later, the CIA team stormed the town, capturing Derek and his gang. The case shook the nation. Mayor Derek and his accomplices were sentenced to prison with the ring leaders facing the death penalty. As for Claire, her cooperation and the fact she hadn't participated in the crimes earned her leniency. Carter, having completed his mission, was promoted for his bravery. No crime stays hidden forever. It's only a matter of time